and says, now you do know that Elvis is recording your song, and you do know that Elvis don't record anything that he don't publish, or at least get half the publishing on.
Dolly Parton, the queen of country music, a global icon and one of the most beloved stars in music history, is a testament to resilience. Despite a long list of grievances beneath her rhinestones and warm Southern charm, she remains silent, smiling, and forgiving for decades. Now at 79, it's evident that Dolly hasn't forgotten those who have wronged her, but her resilience in the face of adversity is truly inspiring. The truth has gradually come to light through interviews, memoirs, and casual remarks. Her story includes lawsuits, betrayals, and subtle insults from rising stars and established legends. This isn't just about gossip or minor disagreements. We're talking about serious legal battles, backhanded comments, and rejections that even Dolly's friendly demeanor couldn't mask. Stay tuned because the final person on this list will genuinely shock you. Number 1, Porter Wagoner, the mentor who took her to court. He discovered her, made her a star, and then sued her. Porter Wagoner wasn't just Dolly Parton's duet partner. He was her gateway to national fame. In 1967, he invited her onto the Porter Wagoner Show, where millions of Americans were introduced to her voice, presence, and undeniable star power. Together, they dominated country television and music charts, becoming one of the genre's most recognizable duos. However, the glossy stage lights masked a more complicated dynamic backstage. Wagoner was known to be strong-willed, opinionated, and sometimes possessive of the spotlight. As Dolly's popularity quickly surpassed his, so did his frustration. She was no longer just his protege. She was becoming a rising force in her own right, and she knew it. Dolly wanted more: creative freedom, solo ambitions, and control over her career. When she made the bold decision to leave the show in 1974, Porter took it personally. He didn't see it as independence, he saw it as betrayal. Then came the bombshell. In 1979, 5 years after her departure, Porter shocked Nashville and the country music world by filing a $3 million lawsuit against her. He accused her of breach of contract and demanded a share of her future solo earnings. The situation was messy and public, and for Dolly it was devastating. She later revealed the emotional toll in her 1994 memoir. He was jealous, he was controlling. Rather than respond with anger, she chose to respond with a song. I Will Always Love You wasn't just a hit, it was her farewell letter to Porter. On the surface, it appeared tender, but beneath the lyrics was a quiet yet firm declaration. She was moving on, with or without his blessing. The lawsuit nearly broke her spirit and cast a long shadow over one of the most pivotal transitions in her career. Although the two eventually reconciled before Porter died in 2007, the pain of those years never entirely faded. Dolly never publicly lashed out, but she never forgot either. She chose to respond to the lawsuit with a counterclaim, asserting her rights and defending her independence. Just when she thought pain was behind her, another voice from the indie world emerged and took a different shot at her. Number 2, Jeff Tweedy, the indie rock star who shrugged her off. In 2020, Jeff Tweedy, the lead singer of Wilco, was asked in an interview to name a song that didn't move him emotionally. What he said surprised many people. He mentioned I Will Always Love You, saying, "It just never connected with me." This comment upset a lot of fans. This song isn't just any breakup ballad. It's a classic written by Dolly Parton and famously sung by Whitney Houston. For many, it holds a special place in their hearts. Tweedy's words felt disrespectful to those who loved the song. Social media quickly filled with reactions. Fans of country music, pop, and casual listeners defended Dolly's legacy. They shared stories about how her lyrics touched their lives during key moments like weddings and funerals. Tweedy's comment felt more like an attack than a simple opinion. However, Dolly didn't respond. She chose not to engage in any social media battles. She has always held a different strength that doesn't require a loud voice. Yet her silence spoke loudly. Soon after, Tweedy released a new project, which didn't generate much attention. There was no buzz or excitement around it, and fans wondered, was it just bad timing, or did he make a mistake? While Dolly continues to rise above negativity, karma sometimes takes care of things independently. This wasn't the first time someone underestimated her legacy. Before Jeff, others once called her a friend, but later became rivals. Number 3, Linda Ronstadt and Emmylou Harris, the trio that almost fell apart. Dolly Parton, Linda Ronstadt, and Emmylou Harris came together to form a powerful trio for their album, Trio. Fans were excited about this collaboration because each woman was a respected artist in her own right, and many believed their voices would blend beautifully. However, creating the album was not easy. Trio's idea began in the late 1970s, but the group faced many challenges. Their schedules often didn't match, record labels had competing interests, and there were creative differences. Ronstadt wanted perfect takes and careful production. Emmylou preferred a more instinctive approach based on country traditions. Dolly was a rising star, managing her film roles and solo projects. Dolly kept any drama to herself and avoided sharing frustrations publicly. Later, she reflected on their collaboration, saying, "We had 3 different careers and 3 different ideas, but we loved singing together." This showed respect and admiration among the 3, but also tension. When Trio was released in 1987, it became a critical and commercial success. It won awards, brought traditional harmonies back to country music, and showcased that women could lead with strength. Trio's success solidified Dolly's position in the music industry and demonstrated her ability to collaborate and adapt to different styles. Despite this success, the collaboration did not continue. They had few reunions as their careers pulled them in different directions. Just as Dolly began to receive recognition, a new younger artist, who was part of the emerging pop country wave, covered one of her most famous songs, signaling a shift in the industry. Number 4. Whitney Houston, a song that overshadowed her. "I Will Always Love You" became one of the biggest songs ever because of Whitney Houston's powerful cover in the bodyguard. Her version broke records, topped charts worldwide, and introduced the song to a new generation. It became a pop culture hit, featured in movies, commercials, and many tribute performances. However, as all the attention went to Whitney, many people forgot that Dolly Parton originally wrote it. There were rumors in the music industry. Some wondered if Dolly felt left out of her legacy. Did she think she was upset as the focus shifted away from her? If she did, she never showed it. When asked about Whitney's cover, she said gracefully, "I cried when I heard it, but I didn't cry because of the money. I cried because it was so beautifully done." Dolly is not just emotional, she is also smart. She kept the publishing rights to the song. When a producer asked her to sell those rights for the movie, she said no. Instead, she earned millions in royalties and later shared that she used the money to buy a strip mall in Nashville. She handled it her way, calmly, strategically, and without bitterness. However, even family can create tension. When your goddaughter becomes a controversial pop star, there are bound to be some issues. Number 5, Miley Cyrus. The goddaughter, she let go her own way. Miley Cyrus has always been bold. She has wild hair, crazy performances, and a career that moved far beyond Hannah Montana. She didn't just shake off her Disney image, she completely changed it. From controversial VMA appearances to provocative music videos, Miley's transformation was very noticeable. Fans and tabloids often wondered, what does Dolly Parton think? Dolly is not just another artist, she is Miley's godmother. Some guessed that Dolly was secretly appalled and disapproved of Miley's wild antics and significant changes. However, Dolly, known for her grace, kept her true feelings private. In a 2023 interview, she said, "I've told her things only a godmother can say, but I let her be herself." This shows Dolly's support while also being cautious. There was no public feud or harsh criticism, just gentle guidance and perhaps some quiet disappointment. Dolly continued to support Miley even when it was difficult or unpopular. She praised Miley's talent, independence, and boldness, even if others were unwilling to accept it. If there were tough conversations behind closed doors, they stayed private. However, not every critic kept quiet. Years ago, during a roundtable discussion, someone said something Dolly would never forget. Number 6, the younger star who called her irrelevant, rumored but not proven. In the early 2010s, a young and confident country artist made a remark that stunned the audience during a televised industry panel. "She hasn't mattered to country radio in 20 years. It was a casual comment, but the silence that followed was noticeable. No one defended her or challenged him. The tension was thick. Dolly Parton is always professional and never responds directly. She didn't name names or retaliate. Months later, that same artist asked her to perform a duet on his national tour, which had sold-out crowds and media coverage. Dolly declined. Insiders close to her team shared that her message was clear. Why sing with someone who thinks you're obsolete? There is no public evidence of this interaction, but the story has circulated online for years. Fans continue to discuss it in forums and interviews, knowing that Dolly doesn't forget. When Dolly chooses silence, it's a deliberate statement. If this story is true, it shows that her silence can speak volumes, sometimes louder than her songs. A legend who never forgets. Dolly Parton shines with charm and style, but is strong beneath that sparkle. She has shared her grace, humor, and heart for many years with the world. Now she is opening up about her struggles. Some wounds never fully heal. Some singers never stop sharing their songs, and some legends always remember their past. Which of these stories surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you want to hear more hidden stories from country legends, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. There are still more secrets Dolly has to share.